Hello and welcome to Open and Shut Reviews. My name is Ken. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe while you are here so that you can see more content like this. So today's review is going to be a little bit different in that it's not a book, but it's a graphic novel, specifically Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 1. So if you're anything like me and your favorite Darth Vader scene is this, you are going to like this book or this graphic novel or this comic book or whatever you want to call it. It's good. It's Vader being Vader and doing a fine job of it. So the basic premise of this entire line of comics about Vader is he's a very powerful Sith Lord, and in Star Wars he seemed to have, a pretty decent amount of power, even though he wasn't officially in command of the Death Star. And then you see him in Empire Strikes Back, and he is like the man. He has the biggest Star Destroyer. He is in command of everything. But when you think about it, that's kind of weird, right? Because even though he wasn't in command of the Death Star, it was his decision to let the rebels escape from the Death Star with the plans to the Death Star inside of R2. And a gamble, basically, that they would follow the tracking beacon to the base and wipe out the rebels once and for all. And that didn't work. That was the biggest military defeat the Empire had suffered since it became the Empire. And it took them 20 odd years to build the Death Star. And Vader's actions could be said to have directly led to its destruction. So he's probably in serious trouble with the Emperor. And the Emperor isn't exactly someone that you want to make mad at you. So how does he go from being on the Emperor's shit list to commanding the entire space fleet of the Empire? That's what these books pretty much focus on, and it's entertaining as heck. It's really good. So as far as main characters go, besides Darth Vader, you also have the character of Dr. Aphra, who is a self-described rogue archaeologist. Think Indiana Jones without the same conscience. You've got a pair of homicidal droids. One of them is called 000, and the other is called BT-1. You also have Grand General Taggy, or Taggy. I can't remember how it's pronounced. I think it's Taggy. And it's funny because you might remember him from this scene in the original Star Wars.
And what of the rebellion? If the rebels have obtained a complete technical readout of this station, it is possible, however unlikely, that they might find a weakness and exploit it.
And of course there he was Commander Taggy, and now he has been promoted to Grand General by the Emperor. When the Emperor chooses to slap Vader down a bit, Vader has to report to Grand General Taggy. Yeah, Vader's ego takes a little bit of a hit there. There are also some notable characters that we're familiar with. You've got Jabba the Hutt makes an appearance, Boba Fett, for, all you Boba Fett fans, of which I am not one, because he was really just a waste of time. I really like the killer droids, especially 000, although I think that's a stupid name. But when I'm reading through the pages of this, I am hearing the voice of HK-47 from the Knights of the Old Republic games way back when on the OG Xbox.
Definition. Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away, using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope.
Just that sarcastic, completely evil voice and countenance of HK-47. It fits perfectly in my brain for 000 as well. So I won't tell you too much about the plot, except to say that Vader enlists the help of Dr. Aphra and her killer droids in ferreting out what the Emperor's plans might be concerning Vader, because Vader, like I said, he's on the naughty list now, and he has a feeling that perhaps the Emperor is thinking of replacing him, and so he needs to have his own people reporting directly to him, whom he can rely on, that will be able to investigate on his behalf in secret, figure out what the heck's going on. The artwork is amazing, and that's something that's very important when you're dealing with graphic novels, and everybody has their likes and dislikes as far as style goes. Everything, I love everything about this. The coloring, the lettering, it feels very Star Wars. For those of you who grew up reading the OG Marvel comic adaptation of the Star Wars movies, which you can, I don't know if you can still get them, but Dark Horse put out an entire collection, which I have. It's beautiful, but when you read this, it very much feels like a Star Wars comic. Star Wars comics have their own visual style, and I think that the illustrators here and the colorists do a very good job of invoking that style while updating it for modern audiences. It's good, is what I'm saying. I wasn't expecting this to be a hardbound book, but it is, and I would encourage you, if you were to get it, to get the hardbound edition. It's very nice. I mean, you can see it here. You've got the cover, obviously, which is, pretty slick looking, but when you take the slip cover off, you have this on the front cover, and it's just gorgeous, and it's got that, it just feels nice. It's a matte finish, so it's not going to get all fingerprinty on you. And then on the back, of course, Stormtroopers. Why not? Yeah, I would say definitely get the hardbound edition. It's my understanding there are a lot of volumes of this series available, because somehow it completely escaped my radar. I was unaware of it until very recently, but at the same time, that's good for me, because the material was already available for me to just kind of binge my way through. I've asked Karina to get the volume 2 for me for my birthday next month. Hopefully that will happen. I'm looking forward to it. And if you are a fan of the character of Darth Vader, this is I feel, a very good representation of the character of Darth Vader. It undoes some of the wussification of Vader that happened as a result of the Revenge of the Sith movie. I will go ahead and put a link down in the description below where you can purchase the book. If you have any comments or questions for me, please send them to ken@openandshutreviews.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel when you do that. And I'll let you go for now, but until next time, I'm Ken McKim. You take care and read more books.